Alexander Graham Bell was a professor who trained instructors to teach speech and hearing impaired people. He wanted to invent a modified telegraph that would transmit speech through electricity. In 1875, he heard the sound of a clock through the wire. Now inspired, he had his assistant electrician Thomas A. Watson help the experimentation process. Finally, on March 10, 1876, he could clearly hear through the first model of the telephone. Elisha Gray created an electromagnetic device that transmitted musical tones in 1874, but Bell and Gray applied for the patent at the same time, within hours of each other. The patent was granted to Bell. The first commercial telephone was invented in 1877. The camera-like opening served as both the transmitter and the receiver, making mouth-to-ear shifts necessary. The first payphone was invented in 1889. It was invented by William Gray and developed by George A. Long. It was installed in Hartford, Connecticut. It was the first machine that collected the cost of the call with no attendant. In 1891, the rotary dial was invented. The patent was granted to Almond Brown Stroger. It was not common until the introduction of the Western Electric Model 50AL in 1919. The first tube shaft candlestick phone was invented at the turn of the century. It was referred to as a desk stand, upright, or a stick phone. It featured a mouthpiece mounted at the top of the stand and a receiver to hold up to your ear. It was invented in 1904. It came with a variety of styles, yet they were very simple. In the mid-1900s, in November 1963, the first electronic push-button system with touch tone dialing was commercially offered by Bell Telephone. It replaced the rotary phone, which was used for decades. The push-button system was meant to increase the speed at which people could dial. This was around the time that telephone operators used for calls. Companies manually used telephone switchboards.
Finding a phone in a car isn't that unusual anymore, except when it leaves the car, for greener pastures, the high seas, or a leisurely lunch. Radio Shack keeps you in constant communication with their affordable, transportable cellular telephone.
Hello? Oh, yes, he's right here. It's for you.
Yes, I heard about the merger. 500 shares.
The affordable, transportable cellular telephone, only at Radio Shack.
The first fully automatic phone system was the Motorola Dyna TAC 8000. It was introduced in 1983 and was the world's first commercial handheld phone. In 1992, the smartphone was made, called the Simon Personal Communicator, created by IBM. 50,000 units were sold between August 1994 and February 1995. It was a touchscreen, yet the battery only lasted an hour. It was the first smartphone to be able to send and receive faxes, emails, have text messages, have applications such as maps, stock reports, news, calculator, calendar, and have a notepad. From then on, phones quickly evolved. Nokia introduced the candy bar, named as such for its size. The 90s became a wave of small phones and internet connections that were cutting edge at the time. The new millennia brought the iPhone in 2007 and eventually the Android. Phones have become smaller, faster, and more capable, and are more convenient than ever. As technological enhancements continue, there will be more features added. The cell phone has become an essential necessity for the modern world. The cellular phones today are unmistakably forward-looking marvels.